Hey guys, I am running late today like crazy. It's like 9:20. I just dropped my kids off at school. I had a rough night with my twins, so things were not easy this morning. But anyway, on my way to dose and get myself back home and start my day. Anyway, so we had another emailer. I forgot to add it into my video yesterday about when they knew they were ready to get clean. Like, they tried so many different times, and now, you know, how do they know that it was the right time for them, that this time it was going to stick? So I guess for me, you know, because the first time I went into treatment, it was like I really had every intention in the world to stop using dope. And when I got there, they were like telling me, oh, you know what, if you use the first week of being on methadone, don't be so upset with yourself, that's normal. So I was like, huh. And I was like, okay, so I could be on methadone and use my drugs at the same time? Like, that's amazing, you know? I didn't have any, like, clue what that, you know, that was the first time I ever tried getting really sober. So I used it as an excuse to use the first couple of weeks, and then I would stop for a month maybe, and then, you know, I was dealing with living in a house where we were both trying to get sober, and, you know, one was doing it, the other one was not. And in a situation like that, of course, the one that's trying to get sober is going to constantly relapse because it's in the house. It's just, you know, there's no tools, there's no coping skills learned yet at that point. So it is definitely harder. But once you are ready to completely rid your life, your cell phone, your computer, your Facebook of the people that are toxic to you, deleting old like numbers, getting rid of dealer numbers, you know, once you take that step, I mean, you could pretty much say that you're serious once you're ready to get rid of the toxic people, never go back to the toxic places, or, you know, once you're really ready to get into your recovery, like head on into your recovery, you know. And even if you, like, some people use the word slip, other people use the word relapse, even if you have a bad day in the beginning, the main thing is to get back up and do it again. Don't let yourself down that rabbit hole of binging, you know, because you might not be able to get yourself back out of that. I mean, that's one thing that people don't realize is, like, you know, how many addicts have we lost because, one, they tried to use the same amount of drugs they did before they got clean, and then they overdose, or they go back to using, maybe they didn't overdose, but the bag they got is fentanyl, so now they don't have another chance to get clean. So just remember that every time you wake up after using, every time you sober up from that, God's given you another chance to fix what you just fucked up again. So if you keep that in mind, you might think twice about using the next time you think, you know, you're having a rough day. So, I mean, and you can't get hard on yourself about a slip. If you're, like, really, really into your recovery, yeah, people screw up, but you have to, like, really, like, get into a therapy, like, that'll teach you, you know, your coping skills, because, you know, stopping using is just the first step into getting clean. Okay, you know, you got rid of your drugs, now what? You're detoxed, now what? And so, you know, I did make a video on that a couple of videos ago, and it's just so important that, you know, you get your mind right, your behaviors right, and if you don't have those skills, then you're going to consistently relapse. So I know a lot of people have issues with methadone, and that's okay. If you can do it without going into a MAT program, again, MAT stands for medicated assisted treatment or medicated assisted therapy. If you can do that, what is this guy doing? If you can get clean without, you know, going on methadone and all that, if you have that opportunity, then go for it. But that doesn't mean that you are just going to stop using and that's it. You have to, like, divulge into your recovery and get yourself therapy. That is so important. Like, I cannot stress enough how important therapy is. So if you know, do all that and you're taking your steps and getting where you're going, then you're ready. And you know what? No matter how many times you try, you just keep coming back if you fuck up. That's it. You just keep getting up, getting back on your horse and going forward. And that's really, you know, really what it's about. Okay? You're recovering. It's not easy. You know, even people who are recovering from surgery, you know, sometimes they go into remission if it's a transplant situation, or what is that called, where they're rejection, sorry, chronic rejection. I mean, you know, everybody's got issues, and the main thing is, if that person that's in rejection goes to the doctor, takes care of the situation, get on those anti-rejection pills, then they're going to get better. It's about taking the steps to get there. So, you know what? Life pushes us back sometimes, but you got to push back. You can't let it control you. Things are going to happen around you all the time. Learning how to deal with life on life terms, because you can't always control what happens in life, then you're really, really serious about going forward in your recovery. And I absolutely applaud you. But even if you're trying it out, you never know. Just try it. You know, see where it's going to take you. You never know. That could be the one that's going to keep you alive. You know, I mean, just think about it that way. Anyway, have a good day. I'm going into my clinic now to get myself some therapy. So, come on, people, move it. So, yeah, have a good day, and I hope you guys, you know, really, you know, divulge into your recovery and get better, and remember that it's a lifetime disease, unfortunately. But we did it. We did it to ourselves, so let's, you know, keep going, keep trying. All right? Love you guys.